Hey guys, admin here with a review it up video for you. But in this review video, I'm honestly gonna be talking about my experience at the Rainbow High slash Shadow High pop-up shop. If you haven't already, I've done a personally me video of me talking about what dolls am I gonna be taking to the shop, and as well what outfit would I be taking. So go ahead and check that out. Now, for the start, I was vlogging trying to record my morning of, but because of, with family things going on, I was a bit busy. I was running late to the shop, especially with parking because in LA it's metered and you only get 2 hours. So yeah, I parked a bit far. I think I parked like 2 blocks away from it. So it was quite a walk and my parking meter screen was just not it, so I couldn't even tell exactly what time I'm supposed to be back. I just kept pressing more time, that way I get the maximum of limit of 2 hours. So walking into the pop-up, you go in and they give you a bracelet, which is just like the paper bracelets here that I still have with me. This is the general admission badge bracelet that they give you. Then walking in, you see a white desk that someone would be there and then they would ask you, are you team Shadow High or team Rainbow High? And then you say your team and then they tell you to walk in this direction, which I don't see the point since it's literally leading up to the lockers, the rainbow lockers. So there's two sides of the lockers where there's a couple of them that are open and then they're decorated inside based off the character. There was a Violet Willow locker, there was a Jade Hunter locker, and a couple others that had a fully decorated locker to dedicate their character personality. I think these honestly were really cute. I don't see them being functional, which obviously isn't really the point just because duh. And then secondly, I think they were really cute. Just seeing them again in imaging. My favorite one, I think they did really well, was Jade and Violet. Like I said, those are I still remember top of my head, especially with Violet Willow's ring light, and as well with Jade Hunter, her makeup brushes and her makeup palette in her locker is just beyond cute. And obviously the picture of her and Bella. Around the pop-up, there's a couple of spots where you can take pictures, like this famous box, life-size box, where you can step in the middle and be a Rainbow High doll or a Shadow High doll. Obviously, I'd take a photo of myself being a Shadow High doll since I am Team Shadow High, so it just made the most sense. I didn't even think about taking a picture in the Rainbow High box just because there was one of rainbow lights going all around. Well, the front of it, and then there was one of a circle. I believe this is like the profile of Instagram, just because that's the first thing that reminds me of, but didn't really say what it was. I mean, none of them really do, but that was my guess in terms of their interpretation of what this photo op would be. A couple others I did take pictures of like Shadow High themed with the whole dark lights, and as well one with ring lights, or at least ring lights that were just nailed to the wall. That I didn't really take a good picture of. Honestly, I don't believe I did. But you can also do a photo of a mirrored Shadow High logo in a circle. There was a what is the thing called? Where you play with the screen. You can take a photo of yourself and then just edit it out to do your own picture. The side, you can make your own tote, which is just black and white totes, like a black bag and with white lettering, so Rainbow High, Shadow High, phrases like that. My favorite one out of the photos, honestly, would have to be the Rainbow High with the main 6 girls. Here's my photo. I, honest to God, never loved the photo of myself before as much as I do this one. I love my smile. I don't think I ever smiled as much in photographs. I was just happy to be there in general, just to see it all in life and to be able to take photos. And thankfully, I was waiting in line with people that were able to take my photos, and I took their photos, boomerang videos, all that. And just so thank you to you guys. Guys, I don't remember names, but you are cool Love the vibe, great talk, conversations, but completely forgot the names. I took a couple other photos with like Jade and Bella in Jade's locker. I had to take this picture of Jade and her cutout of herself. I thought that was really cool. Well, even the outside of the store, I mean, this main one that we all know, the Shadow High graffitied on the Rainbow High picture is really cute. I love the let your true color shine, whereas rainbow into black and white. I thought that was really cool as well. There was even a couple things you were able to do. I didn't take much pictures of those. One was what I said, where you take a picture of yourself and then edit it, where you can add like stickers. You can graffiti your name or writing on it. Another one whereas you can make a school ID, which is Rainbow High, or a Shadow High ID. Another one where is you leave your mark on the wall with glow-in-the-dark markers. Another one, like I said before, is to make your own tote. This one was the entrance that I was talking to you guys. Just looking at other images. So this image is what I took from the very beginning, where, like I said before, they ask you, are you Team Rainbow High or Shadow High? And then you just go to your section, which literally just leads to the lockers, leads to the entrance, which is just doesn't make any sense if you're not separating them. So there, but I had to take a picture of this Rainbow High logo with Jade and Bella, since hello, Jella. It just makes sense for me to just take this picture and I just love it. It's funny that I also took Luna, I took a picture of Luna and Sunny together outside with the whole Rainbow High, with the Shadow High graffiti on the wall. But I also took Natasha and I also took Chanel, and yet I haven't done any photos with them, and that's pretty funny that I didn't do anything with them. I did take them out a couple times to show people in the line what I do have and what I brought. I saw a lot of people also bring dolls, and I thought that was really cool. And then last one, I saw Crystal Konminko, if I'm pronouncing that right, from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Bravo. I love this show. I love anything Real Housewives, and when I saw her, I was just like, ooh, I have to get a selfie there to take pictures in the photo ops. And as well, I think she was with her daughter and a friend and that friend's kid. I'm not sure exactly. Oh, the infamous rainbow wall of dolls. Now, this one I loved, but I was very confused and pissed because they literally forgot one doll, and I don't understand why they forgot her. Kaya, or not Kia, Kaya. I don't even understand how they were able to forget her. They were even selling her at the retail side of the pop-up. Like, I don't understand. I believe they were selling her because I even saw her in a couple in packaging. So yeah, they were selling her. So that got me mad, and that's why I brought her with me, so then I could do this video here to go ahead and put her in line, because that's where she belongs. I think she's obviously pink, so I put her next to Bella, and that was that. So now to the retail side. This part I actually didn't take any pictures except for that the wall of dolls. That's where that is placed at the pop-up. It's placed next to where you can buy merchandise and dolls. So here's the thing, I have a ticket that it says time the entry of 1 p.m. right? And I knew that people were coming in, I believe at 11 a.m. if not 12, and I'm like, okay. So I was there exactly at 1, got in, and I see this literally gigantic line, literally at the start of the pop-up. And I was told that's a retail line. If not, you can go around and take pictures and just walk around and sit and chill, whatever. So that's what I did first, and then I went back in line. The line didn't even move after I was just walking around. While I was waiting in line, I was as well taking photos because the line was literally in front of the photo ops that you can do. So me and the people that were waiting in line next to me, we were just taking each other's photos at the time to pass the time because that line took forever. I came in at 1, around 1:30 p.m. we were told by someone that works at the pop-up that they are sold out of the Ainsley doll and the twins. And that's where I wanted to go berserk because I was mainly there for them. That's the whole reason why I wanted to go, because I mean, it would make sense for them to sell them. Yeah, like I was flabbergasted. No, you know what? Fuck that. I was completely pissed the hell off. Like, how are you not gonna have enough dolls for everybody? Like, what was going on? And then I went to social media. I went into Facebook and on Instagram, and I read comments saying that people were just buying as much dolls as they can. They weren't really limiting on them. And I'm like, well, that makes the most sense. Like, I don't understand how they're sold out. Now, I know the day before, the Saturday before that, they had influencers go in there and experience the pop-up, and, you know, they have dolls. I'm not sure if they bought them or MGA gave them free dolls. I'm not sure how it was. But if that were the case, they should have separated dolls for influencers for that time, for Saturday, and then have dolls to purchase. And then even to purchase, why wasn't there a limited per person, like 2 per person? Like, I didn't understand that. Like, how could you not know? Literally, we're all there to buy dolls. Like, the line, I think I took like 1 or 2 videos of the line. The line was massive. And literally at the start, that's where the line was starting. And I'm like, wow, I stood there for quite some time. I think at, 1:30 or 1:45, like around that time period, that's when they told us. And I'm like, wow. Wow. I was so pissed off. I was very fucking annoyed at that. Like, okay. And then after that, I was like, okay, let me just sit on the couch and just survive, right? I was there for a while. I was just texting my partner. I was thinking, like, what should I do? And I'm like, okay. I'm not sure they had actual food there. I believe they had a cart where they had popsicles or something, but I didn't want one at the time. But they did have water. So I left with a Rainbow High, Shadow High water bottle that I have here as a little review, since that's the one thing I was able to take with me. I could have taken a tote, right? But there was even a line to make your tote, because they would tell you what type of phrase you want on it, and then they'll literally put it on the tote bag at the time. They didn't have any set plan, like, you know, ready, and yet we have to wait there and see them make it for us. I'm like, wow. Not even a tote bag. But the water, I will say, this Rainbow High versus Shadow High, that's where it says right there. It says versus right in the middle. Shadow High water. It's refreshing. This is room temperature, a bit on the side of coldness. It wasn't in fridges, it was just there on shelves, and I think it's just this is purified water. It's not spring water, because I'm not into spring water, but this. So this was refreshing, and there was that. Yeah, I don't know what more to say about this. I guess let's just get to the overall review part of it, right? Right, because I'm not sure if they're going to be doing this pop-up at more locations, because this is the first one in Los Angeles. I'm not sure they're going to be doing one in New York City, in Miami, or I'm not, like, but a review if you are going to go to a future one. So my thing is, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 stars and a don't recommend going. Now, the 2 stars that I give it instead of the 5, the 2 were because one, people. The people that were there, I think they were all very cool, they were friendly. I mean, I wasn't expecting like assholes or whatever, but you would think, you know, that maybe that, I don't know, I guess this is honestly my first pop-up event thing that was with dolls, that it is, the main focus is dolls. And I was just thinking there was gonna be like a bunch of kids, there were just gonna be like parents judging me and all, but no. I, honest to God, I think I've only seen like 10 kids there. Like there wasn't a lot, which I would have expected just because this is a children's brand. But there wasn't a lot. So I was even myself surprised. Like everybody there was either like 18 and over. Like a lot of them were even like in their mid 20s, early 20s. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're all in the same mindset. We're all in the same age group. I'm like, I'm vibing with this. That's mainly who I was talking to, people close to my age. So I'm like, cool. Cool. And then secondly was the photo ops. I did like that. I liked how the rainbow lights, like I said, was my favorite. And then my main favorite photo was the one of the main 6 girls. I thought that was cool. That was in the middle of the lockers. Behind that picture was the white desk where someone would ask you, are you Team Rainbow High or Team Shadow High? So there's that picture for you. Now, why isn't it 5 stars? Because there's 3 missing. One was the decor. I felt like they were missed opportunities that they could have done with like doll packaging. I see a lot of people on social media frame the pictures at the back of packaging where we see the images of dolls, of the characters. They could have done something like that. They could have like stacked boxed dolls and done some type of display or something, or even just plaster the walls with the Rainbow High graffiti or something like that. Like I wanted it to be more of a rainbow effect instead of using rainbow lights. Like, really? The archway was a bit let down. I remember seeing that on someone's Instagram stories and yet thinking it was gonna be like the Kim Kardashian hallway, but it just wasn't even close. It was literally like, what, 5 inches of a path, and that was mainly it. That was the path where it was going from Rainbow High to Shadow High. And cute, but no. I felt like because of the whole lines, I'm not sure people that wanted to just take photos already could even do it, because there was people blocking certain photo ops that you can do. So I thought that like the lines should have been handled better, and the photo ops should have been like separate. Like it was just in the way. Second for me was the characters. Like in terms of like freaking Kaya Hart wasn't even displayed. And they didn't even have like series 3 dolls to buy. I mean, I wasn't even gonna buy them myself, but at least have that since they're still at Target and Walmart. I would have liked that. They had like the cars, well, the one car, they had the closet, they had the journal, literally left. And I'm like, wow, who in the hell wants that? Well, obviously not me, but I'm just saying. And they had a couple of Shadow High dolls left, and I'm like, well, everybody mainly has that. Like, I even brought 3 with me. So, what? Like the merch. Okay, the merch mainly thing in terms of the shopping, right? The merch was literally t-shirts with the logo gold Rainbow High, like that. And again, Shadow High. The Shadow High t-shirts were either black, white, or shades of gray, whereas the Rainbow High shirts were like red, yellow, blue, green, like so on. Like, really, not even hoodies. It was just plain like collared t-shirts. It was just that. I was even pissed off at that. Like, I was thinking hoodies, I was thinking cool designs. Maybe we'll wear something like Kaya jacket. Like, I thought they were gonna make stuff like life size for us to wear, and yet that didn't even go. Like, when you say you were gonna sell merch, I was thinking all the details because that's how Rainbow High is, but I guess not to like people. I think my expectations were just so high that I'm just thinking this way, so I apologize, but I was just, I don't know, I was just thinking the most. And then lastly was the whole buying of dolls. Like, I don't understand why the rules weren't in place. I was told by someone in line that they saw people buying literally like 5 or 6 sets of twins, and they weren't limiting people how much they can buy of a doll. Like, someone bought 5 Ainsley dolls, and like that was perfectly normal. Like, you don't see other people in line literally wanting that doll. You say on your posters or on your info of the event that they're gonna have exclusive dolls, which they technically are, since they're not out yet in Target locations or Walmart or anywhere like that. So yes, they are exclusive, and yet you're literally having anybody buy literally bolts of them that nobody else in line could get, which that's what we're here for, and that's why we're waiting in line for. Like, okay. Yeah, that should have just been handled completely different. Like, I don't understand how that team who set up the shop, even overall pop-up, did it that way. Like, I'm very confused. They need to really work on that if they really do want to do another pop-up, is to limit dolls. Like, I just wanted one of Ainsley and one of the twins, and that's it, and call it a day. I don't think I was even going to buy any dolls from Series 4. I was going to just wait until they came out to Target or to Walmart. Like, I was fine. I just wanted the twins and Ainsley. And yet, I left with a refreshing water bottle. And I'm going to say that because it really is, you know, it's good water. And I left with this. I'm still gonna keep this. I'm just gonna put this in my folder or something and just keep this as memory. Right. And then a final note was that there was a time frame, and my time frame was to leave at, I believe, before 3. Before 3, yes. I left there around 2:50, and I left there like around 2:50, 2:45. And me and people in line to wait to get an ID, because that was the last thing I wanted to do, at least get a school ID. We were told by someone that works at the pop-up that we had to basically leave. Like, really, you can't just hold off a couple minutes. We just wanted an ID. It was me and like 5 other people in line waiting. Like, at least give us that, and yet we left with nothing. And that, well, not the other people in line. I know they had stuff from the shop, but no. So not even that. We were just basically rushed there, out of there, which I have heard on social media other comments like that, that other people that were at the event were basically rushed to get out. One thing I will say though from the pop-up that people were asking about is there were mystery boxes that were still being sold for $50. I have seen people in line behind me to get the ID that actually bought it. They said and I even seen that, inside the box was the car, was Jet Dawson, some people got Lily Chang. She was also available to buy. Some people got Kaya Hart and the journal. And I believe that's it. That's what I've seen from other people's boxes. Now, not all of that is going to be in one box, but I have seen some people get those in specifics. Like, nobody got like an Ainsley doll in the mystery box. And I've spoken to, I think, like 6 or 7 people with the mystery box. And I was curious, like, what's in there? And yet, yeah, it was just mainly those type of products in it. It says it was it was valued at $150, but you can buy it for $50, which I think is a pretty good price for those items. But I just don't want any of that. Like, I didn't want the journal, I didn't want the car. I already have a Kaya and a Lily, so why would I want to get another dolls of them? So I was fine with that. Now, in terms of recommending to go, because that's my own experience, I'm not gonna debunk someone else said they had an awesome time, they actually bought the dolls that they wanted, so on and so forth. I mean, they were even sold out as well with Series 4. I believe around like 2 o'clock. I was still in line at that time because I'm like, maybe Series 4 dolls, I'll just get them instead. And yet I was told that they were sold out. I'm like, wow. Okay. Now at that time I just left and just, you know, walked around, sat on a couch and just like chilled. So I'm like, I'm gonna get my general admissions ticket worth for something, right? Now I would recommend to do it at a general admission, because even for people that got like, I haven't spoken to anyone that got the actual VIP, like the top ticket that I think it was like 75 or 85 or whatever. And I don't know if they left with stuff. I mean, they did get 2 shirts. I mean, that's what it says on the ticket website, that's what they would get. But I mean, what if they weren't any dolls to buy? Like, they were gonna save like 25% off, and then the premium ticket, like the middle ticket, they would save like 10% off or something. What if there were nothing to buy? Like, they spent more for what? Photographs? Like, I'm a little bit like, well, even for those people that got that certain ticket, they should have counted who got that and saved them $1 or $2 of like Ainsley and the twins. Like, really? And I even wanted to get like the top ticket, which was, I think, VIP. I forgot what it was called, like the actual top ticket. I wanted to get that to save a discount on the dolls, and I didn't even leave with anything. Imagine I got that, girl. I would be pissed and like asking for the manager at that point. Like, it's a no for me. I mean, and even I've been to a couple of the pop-ups here in LA, warehouse sales, pop-ups, sample sales, and yet there was more of organization there. And yet for this one-day event, well, they basically 2 days, but for one-day event for like the public, you had this major flaw in your system of, you know, the retail and the merchandise section, which is the main thing why a lot of people are there. So I was just beyond pissed off at that. But that was my experience, which is why I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. And I mainly don't recommend, but if you really do want to go, I would give this general admission, do that, and take as many photos as you want and just be yourself. I'm very surprised a lot of people even dressed up as characters, or even dressed up as like the theme of like full-on colors, and I dressed in all black because I was representing Shadow High. So even people like that were dressing up in black and white clothing. So, well, not dressing up, but you know what I mean, like an ensemble and a fashion. Even I was surprised at that. I'm like, wow, like it was great. It was cool. I love the people that were there. They were really cool. Everybody was chill. Like me expecting drama, right? But it was my first time going to a doll pop-up. Like, I didn't even know what to expect. But I had a good time, not a great time, not a perfect time. My expectations were just turned to shit. But yeah, I'm not sure if this review is helpful or anything. But that was my overall experience with it. I hope that if this were to happen again, they do better, especially with the retail part of it, and that other people that would go to that have a better time than I did. Because honestly, my experience was just okay. It was cool. It was alright. Like, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you go to this event? Would you ever go to one in the future if they were to have another one? Let me know all your thoughts and comments down below about this. Check out all the other videos that I have on the Celebritants YouTube channel with Rainbow High dolls, LOL OMG dolls, Bratz dolls, Barbie dolls, etc. Check out Celebritants on all social media platforms such as Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Especially on my Instagram page, I did save my Instagram stories on my profile of the whole pop-up shop. It's RHXSH. Just check that out for all the videos and pictures that I took. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm about to go finish this water bottle and put this in a folder. So, bye.